I always have a backup plan.
And a level. This command range is absolutely extras.
Targets marked for death.
No snipers.
I want enough coercion.
No rave party going on across the stream.
Sniper neutralized.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him.
And crowd.
No! Marty stood back. I killed one.
Help is coming. They're digging deep.
I'm bad at hearing for trappers for weakness.
How's an Imperium? Go Imperium.
Take shelter.
Right. Crowd. Where's the tactic? Oh, and again. Toughness.
You have to be running to something.
Yeah, I run one stream, but it doesn't work every time.
Targets marked. Executed.
Yeah, that's around 2 minutes.
Aegis protocol engaged.
I'm supposed to be the one
It's Anstrom. Shield. Reckless strike always results in a crit.
Elimination protocols engaged.
I hesitate to ask, but should you really be carrying Morrow around?
Fell down. Brain broke.
Oh dear, oh, not again. Well, don't just stand there. Take him to Stephanie. She'll patch him back together again.
Right you are, sir.
You can use your data interrogator for this.
Because weapon skill and business skill. Oh, sneezy. Shadows. Based on this skill. Got it.
Oh, in the corner. In the corner.
Protocol engaged.
Find the feet.
Fixing end to the power race.
Center.
They're like, oh yeah, you're stepping with your axe like a two.
Pure crit chance.
A successful combination.
Yeah, I got the medi pack. There's the ammo pack. Crate, whatever.
You are doing well, but you could be doing better.
Ammo crates.
Those dogs use rascal refused.
Go on. Good. Demolition. Two. Medicine. Contact medicine. Athletics.
We're doing so well.
He's the Lex.
What the hell? I was like spraying back there.
My tax up.
How you liking Psyker so far?
I like it.
And a superiority bonus.
It's rough early on, but like
Right.
a couple levels in it gets a bit easier. A bit more
And
vibe.
take the elevator. A pale figure with naturally long limbs covered her face, hands, which are deformed, talon-like nails. A deathly pale face is coated, blood continuously streams, violet, still her spiny gills, slightly hidden under dishevelled hair, twitches nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on a young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. When your eyes meet, sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. You are enveloped in despair and grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with red, your heart hammers your chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room, from this station, almost gets the better of you. The last moment you master your emotions, your will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Idria emits something between moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, 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 as if my own little pals weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her. Heresy! Magenta looks at the tall figure, a strange mixture of anger and sadness. She lowers her head, her white hair veils her face. With her stony expression, Kilibeth wipes a single tear that's run down her cheek. These are not my emotions. Mine have long since been cut out of my soul. Give the order, Dogmatic, Kinokon. I cannot withstand this delirium for much longer. Albert, is this Lady Cassilia, I presume? Seneschal stares at the lady navigator's faraway look, turns sharply away and awkwardly wipes his eye. By the Emperor, if you do not stop this sorcery immediately, I will shoot you in the head. She warily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both sobbing and a howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers already dead? You, who are you? You, girl, may address me as Lady, your ladyship rogue trader. And under those tutelage did you learn etiquette? Space Wolves? I am leading navigator Cassandra. Is Feria Everelia or Severio? You may address me as. What is this? I feel faint. A heavy-set old man who has been kneeling nearby erupts into a low sob. his eyes swollen from pride. Dart spurningly around the room as though the veil of ignorance has been ripped away from him. Child, Lady Casselia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserve. Despite his venerable age, Navigator leaps up. She's you. The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is feathered with jet black veins, and his bungling, bulging, milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of dead fish. Sickly sweet scent assaults your nose, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of the House Ocelio down upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged it's making the Whistler streak like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of a dynasty is a grave offence, esteemed whoever you are. Albert flexes a hand. At present, I am trying to determine what is happening on I'll grant you that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felix's service. So who are you? Albert, introduce us. Her Ladyship, Rogue Trader, Kinokon von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate of Kronos Expanse, and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade, extends her greetings. Another rogue trader in that corner of the galaxy. How interesting. Your kind always make an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Aurelio now asks a service of you. Save the life of this child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house day. Decide. I know what's happened between you and Frelick. Frelick is my wayward student. He came to Unrik 5 as a coward youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house. Now a sacred child, reveal in the power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, prevent the centuries-long tradition of our family. You can see the fruits of his visionary for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our innovators. Ministorum Surveyor, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy, the renegades clouded his mind. He sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age, taken up the Novator's throne. Felix accused you of treachery, Fearball. Why should I trust your words? Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I would fall solo. The old man looks the unmoving Celia shakes his head in resignation. If the child's life were not at stake, very well, I have no choice. Proof of my innocence. I can give you my word as a member of the Navis nobility. If the honest words of an honourable man counts for anything with you. I guarded this station against calamity and incursions from without. To the best of my ability, I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup. How could you lose control of your own action? Do you trust my errors in my face? Do not trust my errors in my face. I am twice your age and twice as old. Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers in the navigator's eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from this station. I fear I do not have long left. A blush rivulet trickles down the old man's chin. He wipes the mutated blood briskly away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his fresh flesh under his clothes. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronator, acting head of House Australia. The Kronos Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about the girl. Magenta looks at Cassia, that painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing, such a heavy burden on her shoulder. You are talking as though you expect to die here. Iran shrugs indifferently. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Frelic inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Raise the throne slowly enough to see the child is taken care of. We need help. There is medicine back on my ship. Fearbud only shakes his head. No, I am the keeper of Enric 5. I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to. Okay, made my decision. That's so. Please share your thoughts. Celia will come with me. Good. That is good. Old man never see his lips. But I do allow us to say our proper farewells. But do allow us to say our proper farewells. Fearbag.
Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lady to rejoin the house and its regent in the Coronas Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
No! Not you too! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze! You're coming with me! Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urak 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
Forgive the urgency, but we should leave the station immediately. Systems are unstable and may fail at any moment.
But this is my home.
Please, child, do not be stubborn. Remember your duty to the house, and let those thoughts bring you strength.
What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassalia, let us aid one another. Become my navigator, and I shall restore you to your house Orselio at the earliest opportunity.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
Right. Anything to steal? Anything? Oh, yatta.
Golly, you want to get some out?
Oh, I need to level up because
I always keep my options open.
order. Right, 4 ranks. She wants willpower. Correctly. Perception. Perception. Willpower. Yeah, willpower. Willpower and perception are her two. We'll go willpower, start off with. Enemies moved by her take damage. No.
We got more big boys coming.
Notice. If perception is higher than agility, their dodge is calculated. Now, next, we want them again. Wounds are calculated with willpower, not toughness. Willpower. Notch. Purpose. Make them move.
I eat grapes. I eat forever.
Protocol engaged.
Whenever an ally in combat gains an extra turn, the navigator gains a stacking +5 willpower into combat. Move, take damage. Persuasion? Yeah, persuasion. So she's now ready.
I reached my level though. Got my character to level 30.
Hey, don't go around that corner. Don't go around that corner.
Gain willpower bonus.
What the hell?
By wearing logic goggles. 33.
Maybe it was a connection issue again.
She's on 35. Game more. That's grant plus willpower bonus to law war. So I'm not doing intellect, they do get a bonus.
And probably strategically wise.
Crit hit chance damage.
Engaging multiple targets.
Armored. Better.
Take shelter.
Yep. Medium armor. That is good. Battle suit. They can go. These are the cargo. What was that? The cargo. Go. Cargo. Weapon. Same as what she's got. Got a full hammer. What's the last bit? Right. Let's behold there. The lower level.
Keep your wits about you.
Ship. That all. That.
Ooh, sniper.
Oh, there were more dudes I didn't know.
Right where I'm at.
Where? Oh,
Right
okay.
there. I commend your work. Everyone is guilty of something.
Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first, your heart starts beating frivolously. Your breaths come short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vidris shivering slightly. The crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of the sudden wave of them. Without even looking at the Voxmaster, Cassalia waves her away. First, I wish to speak to a rogue trader, Beavis. Of course. When you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassalia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vidris, then lowers her lashes slightly and turns to you. What did you want to speak about? After a few seconds hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her chin. I've not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Fearbald's heart stopped, but you acted honourably, did not exploit me in my wretched position. For that I am immensely grateful. But now, Cassia throws back her shoulders. I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis. perform the sacred rite. We require brushes, canvas, the best paints you have on board. No ring. Why are you asking for these items? Now is not the time to indulge in painting. You are asking questions, the answer to which you cannot comprehend. Perhaps I may explain it all to you at a later time, but our time is too precious to waste. As a navigator of House Australia, I give you my word that without canvas and paints, we have little hope of a smooth journey through the warp. I have no reason to lie. I will ensure that the necessary supplies are delivered. Cassia nods in thanks. I shall take my leave for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. If you can survive the gaze of the warp, when it is open. Lord Captain, I will oversee the channel, Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge. May the Emperor's light help us. The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the serene serenation of clothes, pious chanting, and metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communication ritual. You hear the exhausting ring of metal beads from the scabbard. Then the stiffening grasp of the Lady Navigator, the rhythmic grip of liquid on canvas, the faint whispers of a brush. I see violet vortex lashing ocean with millions flails. The umbral shadows spinning over the surface of a fiery dance. A storm rising above foaming waters. Ottomans drowning in fog. Path from one end to another cannot be seen. Here, beyond the wall of glass, daughter forsaken by her father, yearns for her brother, sun pale disk goes in tireless pursuit of her. No. Of me, its frozen rays lie, that spring is here. The light is deadened, the great rule is gone. The Voxmaster recalls Cassadia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitators. Panel beneath her fingers emits sparks. The Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off a broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard a warp speaking through a navigator before. Connection is restored now. Not happen again.
Stream playing right now.
Leave Lady Navigator undisturbed. All shrieking screams drown out the Vox transmission. Servants in the Sanctum Navis howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain. Their throats roar from the strain, then suddenly silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies claimed their fate.
Right.
It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's right, as it was for her predecessor, who arranged for the bodies of the to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of it. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unwelcome news. Endless blackness spread across the canvas, dividing what should be a whole in two. My sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor clearly as before. Cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, metallic clinking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Cold steel gripped did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will restart my retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me when we have need. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare me a few moments of your time. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I wish to report the condition of the station of Enric 5. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. The warp disturbance affecting Enric 5 twisted the bodies of the mind and the minds of the attendants. The corruption failed to affect Lady Cassia. Thanks to the Emperor, navigators are trained to resist the Imperium's pull. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an engineer prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirit are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew. Much more importantly, we have not yet located Hendrik von Kollock, the right hand of the Inquisitor. Now we know for certain he was not on Enric 5, so we should keep this in mind when making a plan. Why is there always business with you, Idris? Can't you sometimes visit and say how wonderful life is?
I thought that was the other guy. The one that kept going down.
Certainly, Lord Captain. If you are interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the low decks. A senior technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for lubricant used in the kitchen servitors plant maintenance. The quartermaster of store complements 11 reports recently that we have spread ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloth, carpets and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10. Even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessels. Thank you, Victress. This will be all. As it pleases you, my lord. The last place to go is here. Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what brought Thalia to the deck. Oh, there's always something with this woman.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
I see you are fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves. And I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing. Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Are you satisfied with your new attendance?
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
Cassia cringes ever so slightly. Just the adornment on the forehead, and awkwardly hides her clawed fingers, folds of her cloak. The unnatural appearance of a navigator often become the topic of gossip among lowly servants, officers alike. It is clear that she does not feel comfortable on board the ship, teeming with new people.
I got one more in me.
Events that took place on Enric 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders. But it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
I hope you have ample time to calm yourself and your...
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting. Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
You have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad. That is just natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... My delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
understand what you're going through. My own life was turned upside down not too long ago.
Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
Perhaps my people did not wish to disturb you.
Or because my presence offends them. Then I must take my leave as well. I am due to inspect the Sanctum Navis after the communion ritual and prepare the chamber for the upcoming warp jump. Thank you for your company.
I won't tell nobody.
Anything here? That's all been cleaned up. Nope, no, I like it. The bridge. To my quarters. There was some stuff I need. Very empty. The vault is empty. Good. What have I got? Wraths of Saint Dustus.
We must be coming true.
Even if you miss, the shotgun pushes people. Being an enemy gets resolved. The wearer has resolved.
For glory!
And 7% chance. What use? Got 4 wounds, getting a load of. Better than that. You get a shield or something. Whistle.
Deployed your servo skull.
I require healing. They've got me. Protocol requires you to help.
Let me into an ally and they. She'll give it a go. Well, I want to check on the bridge. Leave a whole hive oakum. See how much junk I can pass off and get through. Yep. Perfecto. But to replace the painting of Theodore in my chambers, hang my portrait instead. Wish to know about the people who buy our plunder. Of course, my Lord Captain. Who interests you exactly? You most often deal with fellows of Saint Augustus, Expectorus, Casparian Legion, or the Emperor figures, the Fellowship of Change my mind. I'd like to order the shipping and transportation. So far I've only got this one. Mission. Heretical already. Ships, jewelry. That's a force grenade. Rufferson.
You keep expiring, Mook. Let's get the movie.
Do not stray from the strike team.
Stephanie loves flames. So pretty, so bright.
Still draw breath.
Tuberculous, by Norris.
This ship is cursed. I don't want it. Do you really think your desires are of any account?
As the ship makes its way to the star system, strange fatigue falls over it, or eyelids. Quill have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head for a start. Someone else is here, in your study. Stand up, stare at dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number you recognize the disfigured, blooded faces of those who died on the ship's bridge, those you met in a previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if it of its own accord, a shard lying on the edge of a desk, the sole remnant of Conrad Butier's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is seething cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Kneel before the Rogue Trader, your lives belong to me. All you hear is a response of unintelligible voices, whispers, moans, and perverse laughter. Anger ignites your chest and you clung to the shard, which ravenously bites into your palm with its sharp edge. Unbearable bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shriveling your mere presence. Your hand no longer holds a pitiful shard, majestic and intrinsic weapon, a skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportion, curved design, and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze of ancient and dark, but it steals your breath away. You have felt such a gaze before, There on the bridge, the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. Tapestry is woven, the path is chosen, accept your fate, champion. I am the sword master, not the servant, remember that. You feel the sword's immense weight pulling you down. You resist its will for a moment longer before collapsing to the ground. The sound of odious laughter. Strain is such that you fear your back could break it. Bog, the first dawn, is hereby woven in the tapestry of your fate. Seek the second dawn in the hands of she who rises above the future dominion. The former aspirant fell. Thus the new one will become the chosen of the weaver of destinies. Make mortals serve you as their god. Become the vessel of the edge. You awaken from the visions kneeling next to your desk, cloth drenched in sweat, with a sour taste in your tongue. Your head is ringing, struggle to record the faces and the image of the sword in your hand, only to deeply cut your palm. Only the deep cut in your palm, the bloodied shard lying on the floor, reminds you of what transpired. A foreign presence rises up out of the deepest, darkest recesses of your mind. The cut on your hand burns like acid. An alien consciousness in your head greets the pain, the discurrent wave of barely intelligible voices.
Thank you kindly.
Ooh, the question. Get up or get rid of it? Pick it up or get rid of it. I am a servant of God. Banish thee. I would rather die than touch that thing again. So you reach for a shaking hand for your vox, call for a servitor. Now you have to wait for the mindless automate to arrive. Pick up the cursed artifact and head to the nearest airlock claimed by the void. We'll make it to the goddamn planet.
Nice job.
Can. Stop. Accept. Starport greets you with a din of ordnance and the smell of explosive
It takes
tickles your nostrils.
You gotta like.
It is
get used
difficult to
that,
tell, though.
like,
Through the smoke, who is firing at whom?
Charging your barrel or calling your barrel, whatever. It's like
Halt! Weapons on the ground! I am firing! Man, torn and dirty uniform hobbles towards you from behind chunks of rockcrete and crumbled plasteel. His cracked helmet, adorned with the crooked label, reads Sergeant Mulgar. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown. The rebels are shooting down anything that flies. You lot just happen to land on the rear without a scratch to show for it. And on a shuttle like that, where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, is it? He is visibly awed by the resplendent gold of your transport. Grab him, lads. We've got ourselves a rebel landing force. Albert turns purple. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess? Fury glances around. They're in a rough spot, old man. Please go easy on them. Albert, enlighten the rabble about the proper manners of greeting the God Emperor's chosen. Albert clears his throat. You stand before Rogue Trader von Valancius, you ignorant worm. Snap to attention this instant. Give her ladyship a formal report. So, with a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an explanatory soldier, and barks, "My mistake, ma'am." At once, the starport is under control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter command is Sargria. A frag grenade explodes, cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere, with piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, chunks, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatter. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses, hastily says, "Army prop prayer, dead." With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. "Pardon me, ma'am. Sergeant Lassie Mulgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport. The governor's orders. How may I serve?"
Where is he? Is he here? Good.
"Some dirty dog nearly shot down my shuttle." "Affirmative, your ladyship. Ma'am, it's all the damn rebels. Those maggots somehow got their hands on the anti-aircraft battery and is causing our shuttles no end of trouble. That thing really packs a punch. You're lucky they missed you. I've seen them fire 2 shuttles carrying reinforcements. Not a soul survived." "What is going on here?" "Unrest, ma'am. Armed rebellion in both the capital and the province. First the lower levels sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations." Then Felek tore off his mask, precisely because he knew about the trouble on Reutling Mine. Knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. Asia lets out a sorrowful sigh. "You may continue to report, peasant." "My unit was here when it all went to the grox. Tech priests linked the satellite reports, sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Reutland Majors. The governor took particularly measures and ordered to increase security at the key facility. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden's detail.
I just came back from the ER.
The alarm was raised. We were all sent to secure the starport.
Diagnosed me with
It's the only reason we are able to hold it.
Fucking ass.
They're crushing us, scumbags. It's been a whole turned since the last reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. Don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they're driving us out here any minute. How can some pathetic rebellion be cause enough for such a lackluster welcome ceremony in honour of a rogue trader's arrival? It's an insult. Apologies, your ladyship. Ma'am, I couldn't have known. I wasn't notified. Had we known we were expecting such an eminent visitor, we would have, at the double, with all due devotion. You happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face filled with awe. I don't know, ma'am. There's definitely hasn't been any visitor like that on my watch. You might have inquired at headquarters, your ladyship, ma'am. I'm going to see the governor. If I may report, ma'am, as long as the rebels keep shooting those damn anti-aircraft batteries, there is absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will foxcast orders to them to wait for you, and I inform headquarters they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Adria frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she is looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hands that salute now might falter in the darkness. Rank it won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around those fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till the last drop. The sergeant shakes his head in disappointment. If only Sergeant Davorin of Tertium was here. He may have completely lost his marbles, but if I'd let him accompany you, you could have walked all the way to the governor's palace without any harm befalling you. Davorin of Tertium? Who is that? One of ours, a veteran. No idea how he wound up here. The man's from Atoma Prime, the other end of the galaxy. Silent chap, crazy eyes, but you should see him slay enemies of humanity. There's none like him. Sergeant casts a glance somewhere past the starport. When it started, he went missing out in the street somewhere. Worse news for the rebels, though. He's an absolute beast in close quarters combat. Not the tech priest. Very important person, Adaptus Mechanicus, arrived the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Adamant or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions though. Said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. A good fighter would have since reclaimed the starport. Move and attack, you cowardly knive. Arthur's sliding eyes. Apologies, your ladyship. Ma'am, we will rectify this at once. Follow my lead, you lot. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to reload and patch yourselves up. Then we're routing the rebel dregs. He roars his commands, organises his troops for an undoubted suicidal offence. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers, spits out a booming series of commands.
May his light harden our hearts. New trials await us in this place.
Why run off?
It's going from bad to worse. I expected a typical dull reception with the governor, not more carnage.
Let us not dawdle. Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Crush them!
Guided by faith. Each strike is a prayer. God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! Doubt is for the weak.
Let's get to it. Here we go.
I will endure.
Out my way.
Really should learn the quick section.
You don't frighten me.
Time to slaughter someone.
Emperor, give me strength.
Hold on.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. As duty demands. If I may,
Let's get to it.
But shoot your friend.
Follow my lead.
Cover me! But of course. I am your blade and shield. Death is a blessing. As honor ordains. I shall not. Killing brings me no pleasure. The undying Emperor whispers his will! Ah! Show me what you've got!
Here.
It's as good as done. I'll do it. For you, my Emperor!
My place is at the fore. I took care of this one. Victory is imminent. Indeed, one fewer target.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury! This is why I was chosen! This is unacceptable.
Let's get to it.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. Me? Try to die with grace, at least.
Break their morale.
Will do. Ah! A dance of blades and shadows. Death is a blessing.
Nice.
Okay.
Is there money to be made? I always have a backup plan.
Pilot dressed in crumpled uniform and adorned with his Valancius coat of arms, still looks quite pale. Her white hand bears red marks left by wheel. Dreaming of terror, she let out. Missiles flew right past your shuttle, etched in your memory. Her voice quivers slightly, but even her face cannot stop her from using typical Voidsman jargon. That was close for flight, your ladyship. If we'd been a little less lucky, we'd be checking in with a port in the sky right now. What was that weapon that was fired at us? Can't say I know, your ladyship, but the shots it fired certainly fly quick. I've never seen guns like that before. They were firing from far away, almost beyond the bar. Horizon, that is. Who gave those yobs a terrifying contraption like that? What's your name, pilot? My bad there, your ladyship. Senior flyer. Senior pilot Nimbus. appointed by the senior deck officer to serve as your personal shuttle. Up here.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Or Imperial, 100%.
That's how it's done.
A ring. Cloak. Right. Officer's abilities. Here. Hit the cloak. Or take the cloak. Nope, you can have it. Ring. Everywhere it hits a target with shield bash, double slug, momentum shot, or grizzly station. Version test -40. Where is the target is immobilized. Oof! That's a nasty ring. Now I shall give it to you. Know where it is.
I always keep my options open.
Just barbecued him as well. Slap. The young, shady-haired soldier, still pale. Nonetheless, as you approach, he holsters his pistol, the hallmark of a good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but gentle smile. Thank you, my lady. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those rabbling creeps wanted with me, but it definitely wasn't a good thing. Who are you? Lucky Jasper, the governor's aide and personal vox operator. I was dispatched to the starport on special orders. The young man proclaimed, desperately trying to tame his taut hair. Are you an unharmed, soldier? All thanks to you, my lady. Those blind lunatics are all over the city now. Those rebels, damn them to the void. Go around maiming anyone they get their hands on, scorching their eyes. Then they leave the poor sods driven mad by the pain, wander the streets blabbing nonsense. He lowers his voice and adds with gravity, the command doesn't want anyone to talk about it, but I've heard whispers that it's not just some nonsense, heresy, actual heresy, because listening to it scrabbles your brain. Made one patrolman freeze in his tracks while the blind mob got a hold of him, carried him off to part off his post, who knows where. What exactly are you doing here on your own? Following Governor Modric's special instructions, namely, he grits his teeth with a painful expression, furrowing his brow. Oh right, it's a secret assignment, I can't tell you. I'm a rogue trader. Why don't I simply order you to tell me everything? It is well within my rights. Rogue trader, after casting a quick glance over your gear, he nods in understanding. Oh, so you must be from the house of von Valancius' ship. Sarpa Augur surveillance station reported that it had detected your ship entering the system. Then you heave to then to shuttle to another unidentified ship, strange one at that, and then that ship departed. Justice paused for a second, then mumbles. But Augur surveillance station reported Reports are not to be disclosed to third parties, but you already know, don't you? Well, alright. If you're really a rogue trader, I'll tell you everything. Looking for an interrogator of the Inquisition who may have arrived at Starport. Have you heard of anyone matching that description? Jasper's face quickly turns grey as he said, I have, but I don't know where he is now. I'm sorry, but I don't like discussing the affairs of the Inquisition. But why did they send you to this Starport? I'm supposed to deliver updated Vox codes and, how should I put this, assess the situation. The planet's a real mess at the moment. The rebels have found their way into the VoxNet and are now eavesdropping. This made proper communication impossible. The hallowed electrodynamic Syndrome had sent out a distress call before it went dark. And whoever knows what's happening in the system, there's been a riot on Roiklet. The prison planetoid Hendrik 5 station is silent, although the navigators there have always been a reclusive bunch. I was hoping I'd be lucky enough to run into a pilot or captain here who could give me an update, but that's hardly possible right now. The rebels are blasting anything that tries to land out of the sky with a damn cannon. He stops talking a little too abruptly. Something else you're hiding from me, isn't there? More classified secrets? Jasper looks away. It's nothing classified, just personal. There's another reason that why I'm here. My betrothed is missing. Rachel Bakhai, the esteemed Averin Winterscale's personal pilot. When the riot reports came from Roiklet Philia, Lord Evelyn headed there personally. Then this rebellion started down here and we lost communication. No one knows how they're doing up there. You know what I'm tired of? And that they'll come back, those rebel scumbags will shoot them out of the sky. I wanted to find a place that's high up, set up a Voxcaster there, send them a transmission. The sky is closed off, don't try to land. But I didn't make it in time. Those blind dogs have chased after me. As I was running, I tripped and broke the caster. Hangs his head sadly. I worry for her safety. Excellent pilot, but I still worry. Abbott shakes his head disapprovingly. His eyes are understanding. That is why all members of Voidship Clan share the same employment. No matter how devout a servant of the Emperor is to their duty, there is always the danger that family ties might disrupt regulations. Worry not. Rachel is alive. We met her on Roikland Fire. Really? That's marvellous. May the Emperor protect you for 1,000 years, 1,000 more for bringing me such good news. Beams in action. I'll name my firstborn after you, I swear. In fact, I'll name all my children after you. Do you think the governor can handle a rebellion? Jasper mumbles evasively. Well, obviously, I'm not some pessimist to say otherwise. I won't tell anyone. You really won't? Well then, if you ask me, things are really rotten. These words come flying at a rate of stubber fire. Those rebels are strange. We would have easily quelled a normal riot. We're not some commoners. We're Roiklands, the navy elite of House Winterscale. But those people, they're vicious. They know no fear. And their attack, they're so precise. It's like they know what's going to happen ahead of time. The command executed 7 officers on suspicion of espionage, but it's not about spying. They say the leader of the rebel is someone who faced Aurora, who can see into the future. Now she is the real danger. Idra scoffs and rubs her hands together in excitement. She can see into the future? Is that right? Well, we'll see about that. She's up against the wrong psyker. The breezy whispers may be vague, but they've not failed me once. I can tell you without asking my imperial friends that her future doesn't look bright now. All capitalism. No more questions. It was my pleasure to be of service to you, my lady. Been nice to chat. Someone normal. Glances wary, bodies and nearest blind lunatic. Take my leave. You're right, we shouldn't stay here. We might run into those rebels. I'll go find a safe place to watch the skies for any land shuttles. May the Emperor protect your lady. Right. Next.
Let us not dawdle.
This time, gonna remember to save.
I'll make an example out of you!
Right.
Show them no mercy!
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Let's get to it!
I am a navigator, not a servant. Witness the fury of House Orselio!
Oh dear. That's made us some space. Let's give
Isn't this a job for the
my
serfs?
character a buff. Doesn't it?
I'll see to it personally. Your numbers mean nothing to me! Here's my perfect moment!
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call. Grey hair, sure hand.
Charge.
It will be done.
On it. I'll see to it personally.
My ears are ringing.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! Eradicated! Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. I am his will made manifest! Doubt is for the none can escape the Emperor's judgment. That is not the Emperor's will.
Changed. No fault.
At your beck and call. Victory is... I took care of this one.
Death comes in silence. Trust me. As the tenant.
That's nice.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The shadows reveal their secrets.
See? Right there.
We should deal with this.
I better myself through my service.
Nice.
Never doubt me. The Emperor favors me today.
I always have a backup plan.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Look. Minus ability cost. At the end of combat, warriors gain +4 movement each kill. You know it's. Oh, and I get so. She good at. He's one rank. Combat rate of fire is increased. Lay down, sink. What a death. No, just for death. Charges. That's it. Again. Give them to me.
Always keep your eye on the prize. I always get the job done.
White armor? I'm gonna wear it though. Go for where's so much as well. Just give more. Where's so much bearing? So much. Yeah.
Keep your wits about you.
Change is coming. The edge is nigh.
The blinded ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Fire on the nearest target! Don't kill the tech priest! We need to take him alive!
Those who seek knowledge find it, and let their enemies reap knowledge.
What's he doing? Fall back!
Whoa.
Oh dear.
May knowledge be thy fate. Let the cycle be discontinued.
The man dressed in crimson could not have survived an explosion like that. However, he is alive. You hear the wheezing of respirators that cover half of his face.
Not another step. Flee, for I am death.
By the throne! What is that servant of the Omnissiah made of? Adamantine? Ah, blast it!
Albert, this is no time to lose composure. Present me.
Rogue trader von Valancius greets you, honored tech priest, and graciously grants you permission to remain in her presence.
I identify you as a member of a high strata belonging to Rogue Trader House von Valancius. I am detecting no need for confrontation. The convoy received an order to meet you. It is no longer functional. Therefore, I propose that we continue to advance to the rendezvous point with the governor's soldiers.
Point at the machine. How did you manage to kill off a strew of people and blow up a sacred machine without even laying a finger on it.
This was my doing.
The voices are being weird about him. They're saying garbled, conflicting things. Like they're talking about completely different people. But he's not a threat to you. Even if that's a bit hard to believe after all the fireworks.
Who are you?
I identify as Magos Pascal Haneman of the priesthood of Mars. By the grace of the Omnissiah, I am currently assigned to the maintenance personnel of the station Altar Templum Calixis X-17.
Altar Templum Calixis. I have heard the name before. The station appears on House Orselio's star charts, in the Furibundus system, not far from the Void Colony of Footfall. You have traveled a long way to come here, esteemed Magos.
You don't even know how you caused the explosion?
The Omnissiah granted me a revelation. The spirit of this machine was dying, but it wished to perform a service, for such was its design. I sensed this and appealed to it. I do not know how I did it. I merely followed my intuition. The understanding granted by the Omnissiah was not permanent. It has left me.
How strange it is to hear such words from one who is not of the blood-spun web. We have much in common.
Why did you want to meet the governor?
I came here to carry out a sacred mission. My mentor, Archmagus Amonat, summoned me, and I hastened to answer his call. But the rabble's unrest prevented our meeting, and I was on my way to Governor Medina to determine my mentor's current location. My escort was ordered by their commander to discontinue their movement and await to be merged with your group. Then, due to their incompetence, they let themselves be killed. It was an unacceptable complication to my task.
You must have quite devotion to your mentor to be willing to wade through this mess.
Cessation of vital functions is an unavoidable phenomenon, and therefore an insignificant one. The doctrine of worship repudiates the fear of death. With my mentor's words, the Omnissiah gives me the algorithm for redemption and triumph in service. I will be redeemed, and I will triumph.
I invite you to join my retinue.
Acknowledged. Predicting successful and mutually beneficial cooperation.
By which? Right. He wants intelligence. Look, he's got a lot. Int. Right, so we want scanners for the extra 10 perception. Uncanny sight. Coefficient. Block wall. Precise shot. Cover proficiency. Perfect shot. Tech use. Part of the operator's turn, the enemy with largest number of points with additional X. More on stack. Based on int. Take a joint offensive. Right. Have a look. Let's get into again. Logic. That's Hona, he's level 9. Summary features. Got a lasgun equipment. change that to long last. I think that's it for logic glasses. Whereas range attack hits enemy against both of them. Crit chance for next shot. Okay. Damage has a chance to move. Force grenades. Don't use med. Give him the handcuffs. The kinky shit. Force. Back. Shield.
I always keep my options open.
Over there.
Alter.
Messiah, grant me the wisdom to perceive.
In spite of your years, your body remains strong. Tell me, Amic Abelar, what do you do to train them?
Well, I spent a lot of time running back and forth after the Lord Captain, for a start.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
So look, the weapons, 7 shot, but 3 shot bolt on instead. Revisit. A huge amount more damage. Well, it is actually quite a lot more. 3 shots. So that is 7 5s, 35 damage minimum. Oh yeah, the arguably not better currently. Yes, it can be stubborn. Don't mess with the sacred machines. Because unfortunate circumstance.
I always have a backup plan.
Operation successful.
You will beg for mercy, and I will grant none.
I will take you down.
I bring mercy and retribution.
The Omnisire condemns you.
Here we go. Out of my way.
Rejoice in battle! This is what... I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Guided by faith! I'll do it. Power resides in the will of the righteous. Eradicated. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Problem solved.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Bit of a mess. Looks a bit of a mess.
Let us not dawdle.
That's what I'm stopping, at least for the time being. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time.